Hello guys, welcome back again to C for Fun. Today we are going to be wrapping up more these simple patterns and then we'll move to the complex ones. So this is what we saw last video. Now we're going to be doing this pattern here. Remember we had already written the program to print this pattern but it was not hollow. So what we're going to do is we're just going to print the two triangles as we did in that video, and then we'll just print them side by side. Everything still remains the same. So what we're actually doing is we're taking the knowledge that we acquired from the previous video and then applying it here to print this pattern. So we initially have this triangle and then we have this other triangle. So but these are code like this. This is a very code that we ended with in the last video, but it has only the code for this first triangle. So we're going to make the code for the second triangle and just print it. So I'm going to just copy this and copy this. Since our size is 10, it's going to be big and visible. I'm going to paste this here. Yeah, I would like to remove this space simply. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So look at this. These are two triangles. Now we need to make them lie side by side. We can do this by removing this loop. Guys, we've already seen this many times. Many times. Actually, one time, not many times. So I'm going to take this and place this just immediately after this guy. Yeah, that will do the trick, and I'll move this print here. So what I've done is I've just taken the code to print the next stars and then place them just immediately after the code to print the first stars. So here we'll have the code for we actually have here for space. We're facing this, and then this one is first triangle, and then this guy here is second triangle. Now this should do the trick for us. Yeah, so have our pattern that looks just like this. So in the next video, all we need to do is we're going to have this same triangle, but the difference is this space here. So I have to place a space here. It's very simple. All I need to do is to come in the area between the two triangles, which is this area here, and then we'll print a space. Oh, I just love C. I love C. C is so fun and simple. We'll have our space there. Now, without wasting any time, let's go to the next. So here we're going to be printing this hollow triangle. Remember, we have already written the code for this triangle. This triangle is the triangle printed using the odd number pattern, guys. So what we're going to do is we still have the same odd number pattern triangle. Now we notice that a star is printed when g is equals 2 times I minus 1. And remember, in the previous video, I said any condition that you place in the for loop is a condition that is going to be necessary for you to print the hollow pattern. So let me get the code for this triangle and then we'll proceed. So guys, this is the code for the odd number pattern triangle. I know maybe some of you are new, you might be thinking, where is this code from? But just check the previous videos. I'm going to put the link in the description so that you can get it and watch how to print the triangle pattern, this triangle pattern. Yeah, the odd number triangle pattern. So now let's make it hollow. So these are conditions in a loop. We already have in our minds that this condition is going to be necessary for us to print the hollow pattern. So I'm going to just put our template. Let's just say this our normal template for the conditions. So inside here, I'm going to say first thing, this condition. So if j is equals to 2 times I minus 1, yeah. Now observing again, we'll see that j is also supposed to be equals to I, right? Because of this first stars, remember, this is the first star, first star, first star, first star. So j is also supposed to be equals to 1. Sorry, j is supposed to be equals to 1. Or j is also I is also supposed to be equals to n. Always remember to print the base, most of the time we'll be using I equals to n, because n is like the maximum number of rows, which is the size of the triangle. Remember from previous videos, I've always said that. So here we're going to say I equals to n. Dot print us this base here, and then from there I think we'll just run this. Nice. Now we'll have our clean triangle hollow. So those of you that have been following, I'm sure you might be thinking, okay, how do I print now a hollow pattern for the even number triangle? Let me not say even number triangle. Yeah, like for the normal triangle. Now I'm going to show you the code for the normal triangle, and then we're going to make it hollow. So guys, basically this is the code. And remember, I told you the secret to printing this is just by putting this star here followed by this extra space here. Is the same as everything, is just the same as in the previous videos. Please, if you have not watched the video on how to print these patterns, please go and check it out. It's very important. So this is what we get. Okay, this is our, let me say, a linear triangle, not an odd number or even number triangle. So you have 1, 2, 3. So now how do we make this hollow, right? So remember, this condition will always apply for printing the hollow pattern. So what I'll do is I'll just like to paste back the template I copied from the other video, the other code, sorry. So what I'm going to place here is, firstly, j is supposed to be equal to I, right? Since it's that's one condition. And when j is equal to I, now the problem is, after we are going to print this star, remember, notice that we're printing an extra space, right? So if I print an extra space here, what should happen here is that I should come and put double spaces here, because if we are printing, if for one star, because here we're having only one character, print one space. Now since we're having a star and a space, we're having two characters, so we actually have to come and add another space here to balance it up, right? So let's say j is equals to I. Normally j2 is supposed to be equals to 1 to print the beginnings, the first stars, and then finally we print the base. I is supposed to be equals to n. So let's run this and see what we get. Nice. So we have our beautiful triangle. This is using the linear triangle pattern. So this was not part of the plan, but I just decided to point that out because it's actually important. So guys, I think that's all. Yeah, that's all for the triangle. So we're going to go into the square. Now the square is very important, and it serves as a basic for us printing letters of the alphabet, which we are going to see in future videos. So for the square, we just have an n by n table like this, and then all I need to do is to make it hollow. Let me get the code for the square. Remember guys, it's in previous videos. Yeah, so guys, this is our code for the square. Notice here we have, since it's n by n, we'll have this n here and this guy here. Guys, please, if you have not watched the video on the square, please go and check it out. Very important. So this is what we have, our beautiful square. Now all I need to do is to make it hollow. Observe, remember, this is always a necessary condition. So what I'll do now is I'll bring a template, and then here inside the first condition for j equals to n, yeah, for the number of stars j is supposed to be equal to n. And then we'll observe here. So I serves as the columns, and j serves as I serves as the rows rather, and j serves as the columns. So here we'll observe that if j is equal to n, right? Remember, n is the highest number of rows, and since we're using an n by n pattern here, it's just like a matrix. The number of rows is equal to the number of columns, right? It's symmetric. So since n is the max number of rows, it means n is also going to be the max number of columns. So if we say j equals to n, since j is the number of columns, what we're trying to say is that if we are at the maximum column, we should print stars. You get it? So this section is to be printed. And the next one, also observe that when j also is equal to 1, that means when j is at the first column, we should print stars also. So what we're going to do here is when j is equal to 1, we're going to print this column. And notice too, this row now, when we talk of rows, we're talking of I. So far as I is equal to 1, we want to print the stars of this row. So here also we're going to say I equals to 1. And then finally, I equals to 5. Right? Or I equals to n more accurately, because n is the maximum number of rows. The reason why I'm using n is so that our code should be flexible. If we add, maybe if we decide to increase the number of rows, it should just automatically increase. So guys, we are going to run this. Notice we also have this, the same principle applies here. Two characters. So we are going to run this. Let me increase the size. Let's see. Okay. Voila. Now that's our square printed. So let's not waste time. Let's go to this pattern. So this pattern, I think we've surely seen this pattern before, and it's the skewed right square. Sorry. So now the condition in the for loop needs to be used in the if else statement. Always, that is always there. Is always there. So let me get the code for this pattern. Yeah guys, so this is the code for this particular pattern, but it's not actually hollow though. So let's take a look at it. Basically all we need to do is just add these leading spaces here, and then it does the magic. Everything remains the same. So here we have our skewed right square, more like so now we're going to make this square hollow. The same principle still applies, guys. Just know that this first stars here is always when j is equals to 1. And then we also see that we're printing the stars of the first row, and we're printing the stars of the last row. And then these last stars now, guys, is always when j is equals to n. That's the last column. So what we're going to do is we're going to put back our template, and then just apply the same conditions. J equals 1, j equals to n, I equals to 1, I equals to n. Correct? Yeah, correct. Now let's run this. Yeah, so have our squared that is skewed to the right. Beautiful. So I would like you guys to go and try the other square, the one that is actually skewed to the left. I'd like to see that in the comments. So yeah, so guys, that will be all for the simple patterns. From the next video, we're going to be doing complex things. Yeah, I know you guys like complex things, so we're going to be doing complex things like the heart pattern, hollow heart, and the hollow Christmas tree, of course. So guys, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe guys, and share. I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget, the key to coding is to keep coding.